Good morning, students. Up to last lecture, we have studied about the some atomic models. Okay. So in the last lecture, actually, we have studied the Sir Rutherford's atomic model, the gold foil experiment of Sir Rutherford's atomic model. In that atomic model, Sir Rutherford also gives us some prediction of that model. Okay. According to the prediction of Rutherford's atomic model, or this model predicts that the inside the atom, okay, according to Rutherford's model, inside the atom, okay, whole mass of that particular atom is gathered at the nucleus, okay, and negatively charged electrons are revolved around the nucleus. Also, somewhat space between atom and these orbits, atom and moving electrons, there is somewhat space between them. Okay, so these are the also one prediction he made about the charge on atom. Okay, positive and negative charges are equal, then that is why what happen, atom is electrically neutral. So that much predictions are made by Sir Rutherford in his atomic model. Okay, but now according to Rutherford model, if we see, he tells that what, suppose this is nucleus, okay, and negatively charged electrons are moving around this nucleus, okay. But now in physics, one rule is there, okay. If any charged body, okay, if any charged body is moving such a way in circular path, okay, then it emits its energy. Okay, what if any charged body is revolved around in circular path, at that time it will emit its energy. Now here, suppose this is a electron, okay, so this revolve in this circular path. If this electron is revolving circular path, it means it also emits somewhat energy. Okay, so as this electron, suppose we consider this electron will lose its energy, then what happen, it will be, if it lose its energy, then it will coming towards lower orbit, lower, and finally collapse in nucleus. Okay, so simply if such a thing is happen, okay, the thing we see when electron is moving its energy, okay, finally it collapse. Okay, so stability of atom is does not remain according to the Rutherford's atomic model, okay, because this law is not valid for that law. Okay, law is what, if any charged body is revolving in circular path, okay, at that time it will emit energy. Okay, but now in case of electron, if it emit energy, then the stability of atom does not maintain. That is why the Rutherford's atomic model is, we can say that, not accepted. Okay, so after that, by the studying this loopholes in the atomic model of Rutherford, Sir Niels Bohr forms his atomic model. Okay, this also called as Bohr's atomic model, famous atomic model. Okay, so look at what are the prediction made by the Bohr. Okay, first of all, electrons are revolved around nucleus in circular orbit. That is the first prediction of Bohr's atomic model. What, electrons are revolved around nucleus in circular orbit. Okay, so suppose this is nucleus and this is the circular orbit around nucleus. So all electrons are revolved around nucleus in circular orbit. That is the first prediction of Sir Niels Bohr. Okay, in second, in particular orbit, energy of electron is constant. Now that is the important prediction made by Sir Niels Bohr. Okay, that was not made by Sir Rutherford. Okay, so what happened here, these electrons are revolved. Okay, electrons are the negatively charged particles. Okay, and law tells us that in physics, if any charged body revolve in circular path, at that time it emits its energy. So here what happen, electron should have to emit energy. Okay, that explanation not given in the Rutherford's law. Okay, Rutherford's orbit, but here Sir Bose tells us that the in particular orbit what happen, energy of electron is constant. Okay, suppose orbit is whatever may be, first orbit, second orbit, third orbit. Okay, if electron are negatively charged, they are also revolving in circular way, but still for particular orbit. Okay, if electron is moving in this orbit, then what happen, throughout this orbit energy of electron is always constant. It does not emit its energy. For particular orbit energy is always constant. That is the one prediction, one we can say that the outcome of this law, important outcome of this law to explain the stability of an atom. What, in particular orbit energy of electron is always constant. Okay, then the third prediction made by Sir Bose is the when electron make transition from inner orbit to outer orbit, it absorb energy, and when it again make transition from outer to inner orbit, it emit energy. Look at, suppose one electron is here. Okay, and this electron has to go in this outer orbit. Okay, so this is higher energy orbit. Okay, outer orbit is higher energy orbit and lower orbit is lower energy orbit. Okay, so if this inner orbit has to make transition towards outer orbit or higher energy orbit, okay, so what it has to do, it has to absorb somewhat energy from the outside. Okay, so here this electron will gain somewhat energy from the outside. Okay, and by using that energy it make transition to outer energy level. Okay, that is the one prediction made by Sir Niels Bohr. And also if somewhat electron, suppose this is a one electron, okay, now it has to go in the lower energy orbit. Okay, it has to go from outer energy level to the lower orbit. At that time it has to lose energy. Okay, it has to lose somewhat energy. Then and then what happen, it will make transition from lower energy to higher energy or higher energy to lower energy. Now the question is that how much energy they have to gain or lose. Okay, we know if inner energy orbit has go to higher energy orbit, then it has gained somewhat energy. Then how much energy it has to gain? So it gain energy which is the difference between these two energy levels. Okay, so here suppose for our consideration, this is have energy 15, this is has 20, so difference is how much, 5. Okay, so it has to absorb 5 unit energy to go in the outer orbit. Okay, and suppose this is outer orbit electron, it has make transition in the lower orbit. At that time how much energy it has to give out or emit. Okay, that is how much. Look at, suppose this is at 30 unit energy, this orbit has 30 unit energy, this has 20 unit energy, so difference of energy is how much, 10. So it has to lose 10 unit energy, and by after losing 10 unit energy it will go in this orbit. Okay, so electron can make transition from lower energy orbit to higher energy orbit, or outer orbit to lower orbit, okay, or inner orbit, okay, by simply gaining energy or losing energy. And how much energy they gain or lose, that is nothing but that depend on the difference between the energy levels of that two orbits, okay, that much energy they have to gain or emit, okay. So these are the three predictions that are given in our book, that are made by Bohr's atomic model, okay. So Bohr's atomic model is formed by studying loopholes present in the Rutherford's atomic model, okay. Rutherford's atomic model only tells us that the electrons are revolve around the nucleus in circular orbit, but according to law of physics, what if any charged object revolve in circular path, at that time they emit energy, and as they emit energy, then after some time what happen, energy of that electron will be lose, because continuously decrease energy, and this atom will be collapse. So Rutherford's atomic model has a drawback that it does not explain stability of atom, okay. So that work is made or done by this Bohr's atomic model, okay. It was he explained in particular orbit energy of electron is constant, okay. Suppose this orbit electron is moving, so throughout this orbit energy of electron does not changes, okay. When it changes, when it make transition from higher orbit energy, higher energy orbit to lower energy orbit, or lower energy orbit to higher energy orbit, and how much energy it has to gain or lose, that depend on the difference between the energy of that two orbits where the transition is continuous, okay. Transition is takes place, that difference, that much energy that electron has to absorb or lose, okay. So that is about the Bohr's atomic model, okay. Now we have to see the different parts of the atom and different particles, okay. So now we have to study next topic, that is the structure of atom, okay. So after the Bohr's atomic model, okay, by using the branch of physics which is the quantum mechanics, okay, so deep study of nucleus is carried out, okay. Then after the total study of atom, they made some prediction, so such will be the structure of atom, okay. So according to the today's structure of atom, what atom is made up of the two parts mainly, okay. So we know in Bohr's and Rutherford's atomic model, they tells us that at the center of atom nucleus is there, okay. Whole mass of atom is concentrated at the center of atom, that is nothing but the nucleus, and around that nucleus negatively charged electrons are revolves, okay. So according to today's atomic model structure, atom is simply made up of two parts, okay. First of all, nuclear part, okay. Nuclear part means only nucleus, okay. Nucleus is there, and second, extra nucleus part, okay. So suppose now we know this is today, this is the structure of atom, okay. So this is the one part, that is the nucleus, okay, and so this remaining part, okay, outside the nucleus means all orbits and space between them is nothing but the extra nuclear part, okay. So nuclear and extra nuclear part forms atom, okay. So now next we have to see what is actually nucleus, okay. So nucleus is this central part of this atom where all the mass of atom is gathered or saturated inside the nucleus. Okay, now this nucleus is also made up of two types of different particles. Okay, so actually this nucleus is made up of protons and neutrons. Okay, so in that, proton has positive charge and this neutrons has zero charge. Okay, so proton have positive charge and neutrons have zero charge. Okay, so combinedly protons and neutrons are called as a nucleons. What? Nucleons. So nucleus is made up of these nucleons, that is nothing but the protons and neutrons. So all positively charged particles are gathered inside the nucleus. It means our nucleus is positively charged. Okay. Second is neutrons. Neutrons have zero charge. Okay. So but they are also situated inside the nucleus. So protons and neutrons are situated inside the nucleus, that are combinedly called as a nucleons. And third is extra nuclear part. Okay, so extra nuclear parts means what? This is nucleus. Okay, then the remaining part of the atom excluding nucleus. Okay, so if we see, except this nucleus, suppose this is atom, then all the orbits and space between the orbits, that's simply called as a extra nuclear part. And that extra nuclear part, what? Electrons are revolved in the extra nuclear part. Electrons have negative charge. Okay, so such a way that now modern science tells us the structure of atom is as like that. Okay, atom is made up of two parts. First of all, nuclear part and extra nuclear part. Okay, nuclear part means what? Nuclear part means nucleus is there. Okay, so we can say that this is nuclear part. Okay, so this nuclear part is made up of proton and neutron. Nuclear part is nothing but the nucleus. Okay, so this is made up of proton and neutron. So this is the positively charged. Positively charged. And second is extra nuclear part. So that is the negatively charged. Okay, so simply here electrons are present in extra nuclear part and protons are present inside the nucleus. Protons are heavy than electrons. Neutrons are also heavy than electrons. So that is why nucleus has more mass. Most of the mass is present inside the nucleus. So that is why we say that what? Whole mass of an atom is situated inside the nucleus. So such a way that atom is made up of, and these are the part of the atom, nuclear part and extra nuclear part. Okay, that much study we carried out today's lecture. In tomorrow's lecture, we have to see separately what are the protons, what are the neutrons, what are the electrons, and what are their different properties. Okay, that part we studied out in the tomorrow's lecture. So that much part we have to remember. Now the remaining part we will see in tomorrow's lecture. Thank you.